Well, there are several upcoming elections in Cascade County, but questions remain about how those elections will be run. This afternoon, not too far from here, just over in the Family Living Center, Cascade County Clerk and Recorder Sandra Merchant provided some clarity with county commissioners.
There are several elections on the schedule over the next few months, from school board elections in Great Falls and Sun River to a library mill levy in June. But questions surround what form those elections would take. That's what Cascade County Clerk and Recorder Sandra Merchant and commissioners are trying to answer today at a meeting at the Expo Park.
The objectives of this presentation are to provide full transparency, to clear up confusion about the changes, and to explain the process that it involves.
In front of a standing room only crowd, Merchant explained that shortly after she took office in January, Innovative Postal Services, the local company that handles county mail and ballots, closed down, which left her office with two options: contract an out-of-town service or handle ballots and mailing in-house. She went with option 2.
Well, I found out that the majority of counties in this state do not even use a mailing service. A lot of counties are smaller, and so it's easier for them, but some of the counties are even larger than ours.
Merchant said that due to the time constraints and resources requiring for handling ballots and conducting an all-mail election, her office opted to move all upcoming elections to in-person polling with absentee ballot options.
I did not come into this thinking I was doing anything different. It was the IPS closing that made it change. I was heading forward, working on the mail election as planned until I could not find a mailing service.
Merchant said those ballots will still be mailed out for the May 2nd school elections on April 17th as scheduled.
Applications for absentee ballots are accepted till noon the day before the election, but they must be received in the post office, in the elections office by 8 p.m. election days.
Merchant answered many questions, but her presentation also raised some more. She encouraged the public to stop by her office to ask in person.
I put my ballot in a box, just like everybody else does. And I also want fair, transparent, and secure elections. And I want to know my vote counts.
Tom Wiley, MTN News.
Now, moments after Sandra Merchant presented to the county commissioners, the public presented their own statements in response to Merchant's plan. MTN's Kate Mentor has more on the public's reaction.
Well, here at the Family Living Center at the Montana Expo Park is where Cascade County Clerk and Recorder Sandra Merchant presented her election plan to the county commission. But as we all know, public input comes in all facets of politics. And we got some reactions from the crowd on Friday afternoon. During Friday's meeting, Merchant explained that she will switch upcoming elections from all mail to in-person. The public lined up to ask questions and give public comment on Merchant's effort regarding the integrity of our elections, many of whom expressed their concerns, such as the Great Falls Public Library.
The library has budgeted $40,000 for this election. This estimate was based on prior all-mail elections. You've not confirmed whether the library will have an all-mail election or an absentee mail plus in-person voting election when I wrote this. Can I assume from the presentation that you will be conducting an absentee mail plus an in-person voting for the library mill levy?
Great Falls Public Schools Superintendent Tom Moore also expressed some concerns regarding the upcoming school board election.
Number one, are you anticipating any additional costs that the district will incur as a result of this change in providing for this upcoming trustee election in May?
Merchant had more questions directed at her regarding the integrity of elections, more so than praise. But the question if she could get the job done right depends on the public's perspective. In Great Falls, Cade Mentor, MTN News.